Thanks to our friends at the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/rive to receive the top 10 stocks to buy right now. If you're invested in Virgin Galactic, you likely know that the company is working on a Mach 3 aircraft that could carry up to 19 passengers halfway around the world in just a handful of hours. Now, this could be a really interesting growth market for the company if it ever comes to pass. But we haven't heard a lot about this product in quite a while from Virgin Galactic. So I want to dig into exactly what they're working on, what we know about a Mach 3 aircraft, and what we should expect over the next year or two at least. My name's Travis Hoyam. Thank you for watching Rive Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And if you're interested in Virgin Galactic, check out Asymmetric Investing below. That's my newsletter where I'm covering companies that have at least 10x potential over the next decade. So stocks like Virgin Galactic. And I want to dig into exactly what was announced in 2020. This is Virgin Galactic's press release from August 3rd, 2020. Says that they announced today the first stage design scope for the build of high-speed aircraft design and the signing of a non-binding memorandum of understanding with Rolls-Royce to basically develop the engine propulsion technology. There were a number of images that were also released. There was talk about being able to take a trip from Los Angeles to Tokyo in about 2 or 2.5 hours. This is an aircraft that would fly at 60,000 feet, carry 9 to 19 people. So the way that I think about it is it's like a Mach speed private jet. It's unlike something like the Concorde, which is now out of service. This wasn't trying to fit 150 people on an airplane. This is a relatively small number of people and people who might be willing to pay $50,000 or $100,000 for a seat that's going to travel that quickly from city to city. If you are familiar, a private jet, particularly one that executives fly on all the time, are going to be $25,000 just to get off the ground. So it's not really cost effective compared to a commercial airliner, but that's not going to be the target market for this. So I think this is one of those things where really interesting growth opportunity for a company like Virgin Galactic. They had some really great images, but this is almost 3 years ago now, August 3rd, 2020. So what has happened since then? Well, here's what we know, and I highlighted something here in the 10K. This is their annual filing that came out a couple of months ago, and it basically says that this project is more or less on hold. So it highlights some of the scope of the project here. Again, says 60,000 feet, 9 to 19 passengers, memorandum of understanding with Rolls-Royce, and they entered into a Space Act agreement with NASA in 2020 related to this as well. So possibly some funding that comes with that from NASA to develop this kind of aircraft. But then this is really the important thing here. While our primary focus for the foreseeable future is commencing and managing our commercial human spaceflight operation, we intend to expand our commitment to exploring and evaluating the application of our technology and expertise into these and other ancillary applications. Reading between the lines here, that basically means that any growth projects like this are effectively on hold for now. Remember that it was a non-binding memorandum of understanding. Kind of like hey, let's work on this together, but there's no clear contract and deliverable from Rolls-Royce from an engine standpoint. So we're still very, very much in a concept phase for something like Mach speed travel. As a result, Virgin Galactic, as it is today, is a company that is entirely focused on space tourism. That's what the company needs to get off the ground starting in the second quarter of 2023 when commercial operations are supposed to begin. And it's probably going to be a while before something like the Delta class spacecraft is going to be ready. That's going to help with the development of next generation aircraft or spacecraft like this Mach 3 Delta Wing vehicle, as they're calling it. So at the end of the day, something like Mach speed travel from Virgin Galactic is still a long ways off, potentially a decade away at this point. They got to really get over the near term challenges, and those are going to be hard enough to get through. So at least for the next year or two, probably not going to be a lot of focus on Mach speed travel. That's just the reality. I would love to say that there was something different about that a Mach 3 aircraft was going to be something that's going to be in service relatively soon and see if that is a business that they can build out. But it's just not right now. And financially, that's probably the right move to push that off until you start generating revenue and profits from the space tourism business. But that's a little update on what's going on with Mach speed travel. It took a little bit of digging because they haven't talked about this a lot in a couple of years now. And it's understandable why. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on Virgin Galactic and what do you think they're going to do with Mach speed travel. This is something that I think is ultimately really exciting if they can get over the current hurdles that they're facing, getting into space again. So I would love to see them growing in that direction eventually. But leave those comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Rive Investing and check out asymmetric investing as well. I'd love to see you there. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you here next time.